Marcus Allen injured in the first series. The consummate pro firing up his team, doing what he can do to help this team get back in the game.
Allen with Art Shell standing in front of him in that picture. 35 previous years of Kansas City Chiefs football, never have they been 4-0. That was what was at stake today. Browns lead 14-3. Testaverde gets away from pressure and releases the football. It'll be second down. No, check. It'll be third down 11 now. The Browns operating from their 40 as the fourth quarter begins. Score by quarters, and you'll see that Cleveland got the touchdown run from Ernest Biner in the first period. 4-yard touchdown pass from Testaverde to Rison in the third. Kansas City got a Lynn Elliott field goal after Ernest Hunter's fumble for the Browns in the second period. And other than that, it has been all dog-pound defense for both the home and the visitors today. Biner breaks free across the 50 to the 49. Biggest Brown run of this half is stopped by Brian Washington, but it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, one of the dangers of an attack-style defense, and that time they actually moved their backers up in, giving it kind of a look of a 46 front with 8 men in the box. One of the dangers is that you break that front line and gash one of these, one of the holes. There's nobody behind them to stop you until the safety comes up and makes the play.
So the Browns get it into Kansas City territory at the 49. Saleh with an early start.
They say he's the quickest guy out there, but that might have been just a little bit too much.
Ninth-year player out of Arizona State, enjoying his best start as an NFL player, already with 3 sacks this year.
Offside, number 97, the defense, unabated to the quarterback. No play, 5-yard penalty, first down.
You're going to see Dan Saleh right there, just a little bit early on the snap. But that's what they're asking him to do now in this new attack defense. Get up there, use his quickness,
and
the
go.
Center of gravity,
and go.
Explode.
Just go.
But like my dad said when I jumped off sides at nose tackle, Dad, I was keyed up. I had to go. It was just like that. So I explained to him. He goes, the ball's right in front of you. I said, oh, yeah, sorry. Never understood.
Don't argue with your dad. Testaverde gets to Biner, and Biner again breaks free. Inside the 35 to the 34. Dale Carter makes the stop for the Chiefs.
Well, Kansas City defense figured out Leroy Horde after that first quarter. You know, that pounding, that, you know, they kind of cut, slash back a little bit. Ernest Biner presents him with a different problem. He's a little bit quicker, he cuts a little bit harder, and it just seems like he's got a little more speed than Leroy Horde did. So now they're being presented with a different problem, and they're not adjusting to it well.
And Biner, with his 12 years in the league, has a little bit of what Marcus Allen has when he's playing at the top of his game. Vision and awareness. He knows what's out there. First down 10 after the Biner run. Testaverde flips. Biner with the football. Breaks between tacklers inside the 25. To about the 23. Lewandowski makes the stop for the Chiefs.
This guy is incredible.
Vindicating himself in a Browns uniform now and helping to erase the old memory of this, the worst moment of Ernest Biner's football career. And to be fair, Bob Golick, although that fumble cost your team a chance to win the AFC Championship, you wouldn't have been in the position to win it without him.
He single-handedly brought us back. We were down about 17 points at halftime. Single-handedly brought us back to where we were in a position to win that game.
Testaverde flips over the middle. McCardle inside the 15 to about the 14. Tracy Simeon makes the stop. Browns offense working very well right now. And Testaverde, passing 151 yards today, becomes the 10th active quarterback in the league with 20,000 career passing yards.
If Vinny directing this offense right now, doing with this offense what Steve Bono is not doing with that KC offense. He's turning around. He's got the short passes. He's got the run up the middle. He's got the perimeter runs. He's got the long passes. It's got the Kansas City defense on their heels.
Leroy Horde back in the game. KC probably jumped offside. Horde with the 3 down. Gets outside and fights for yardage down to the 5-yard line. Tracy Simeon, number 54, finally made the stop for the Chiefs.
It looked like Keith Schrader jumped offside just a little bit early. The problem is, you're coached. Hey, if you jump off sides and you think you committed a foul, you don't stop. Because if that play keeps going, you gotta get back up and you gotta go play. You stop, that's when the offense can really gash you and take advantage of you because you're playing without your full complement of guys on defense.
Interesting decision here for the Browns because Horde got close to 10 yards. Football was just inside the 15-yard line.
And like I said, 94, keep trailing.
Offside, number 94, defense. Penalties decline. First down.
And they'll take the yardage. Good play by Leroy Horde, who knew he had a 3 down and fought for every yard anyway.
You're exactly right. Like I said, defensively, you've got to keep it up. Even though you know you made a mistake, you've got to go. Because that offense can really gash you and take advantage of that.
And as the goal line looms on the horizon, Horde leaves the game, and the ultra-dependable Biner comes back in. What an irony. And his biggest NFL memory would be that fumble. This guy is one of the most fumble-free backs in the league. Biner fighting again, gets a couple down to about the 3. Manusky makes the stop for the Chiefs.
Well, I love seeing him put in a position where he's going to be a big factor in this, scoring this drive. I mean, he has really come in. And then, in fact, the entire drive, from running the ball from the backfield, which he says he prefers, to catching the screen out in the flat, is just, he's a nice guy, too. But one of the neat things about it, he is just a nice guy that goes out there and works hard.
Second long sustained drive of the game for the Browns. Testaverde, Biner's second TD of the game. It's a Dog's Day afternoon as the dog pound is going wild now. But the Browns on top, 21-3, 10 minutes, 26 seconds remaining. It's Dana Hughes who takes the shorter kickoff ahead of Vanover and gets it across the 30 to about the 33. There's a flag down.
All right, let's look at the touchdown again. Ernest Biner right here. Brian Washington, free safety right here. Man-to-man coverage. Biner's going to run right there. Washington's going to get caught up in the mix. He'll get knocked off his coverage. Can't get out to cover Biner. Touchdown Browns.
Just a little bit of misdirection there, and the traffic jam in the secondary for the Chiefs.
Number 51, kicking team. Penalties decline. First down.
Clock is stopped here. Browns lead 21-3, and we'll be back in a moment. Hovering overhead, giving us a unique perspective on the game, is the Goodyear Blimp Spirit. The Spirit is based in Akron, Ohio, which is about a 1-hour car ride south of Cleveland, or about 1.5 hours if you go by here. First down for the Chiefs, and a great catch by Willie Davis between two defenders, and the official says, no dice.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Eric Turner and Antonio Langham all over Davis. Great throw, great catch. No credit.
Now, Willie Davis has, look, he's got control of the ball.
1, 2. Did he drop it?
And then the ball bounced out when he hits the ground. I think that was a completed pass.
Very tough call. Davis didn't hold on to the football as he reached the ground, so it'll be second down 10. For Bono and the Chiefs with the ball at Kansas City 34, and look for them to keep it in the air. Trailing 21-3. Blitz picked up. Cash 7. Langham with the stop.
Also, Eric Turner, Pepper Johnson, the usual crew around the ball. This is not what Steve Bono wanted to get into. He does not want to be in a position where the defensive linemen and linebackers can just lay their ears back and go after him.
Yeah, but don't count the Chiefs off. Or out, I should say. Pete Cash close to the first down as he dives forward. Might have gotten it. Langham there to make the stop. Kansas City has come from double-digit deficits in the fourth quarter in each of the past 2 weeks to ultimately win in overtime.
This is Steve Bono's game right now, the fourth quarter.
And Langham is shaken up. Now, the player who was hurt before we went away to commercial was reserve linebacker Craig Powell, number 59, a rookie for Cleveland. He came off with what looked like a bad leg. Here's Cash.
Oh, that's a elbow, more than likely a shoulder injury in that one. Looks like he got it kind of caught and torqued backwards.
So they take a look at last year's all-world rookie defensive back Antonio Langham, and we'll bring it back in a moment. How tough is the NFL? Marcus Allen played one play from scrimmage in this game, Bob Golick. He looks like he's been in an alley fight. On first down, Steve Bono throws complete, and the Browns' coverage begins to loosen just a little bit with the 21-3 lead. Don Griffin was a yard or two off of number 80, Lake Dawson, that time.
Well, Lake Dawson, who is a guy they say not as much speed, but once he gets rolling, he's a guy, but he does have a great handle on running routes and knowing how to get himself separated from coverage people. I remember yesterday we talked to Paul Hackett and we asked him about Bono. He goes, how is he when you rank him with the guys who run this West Coast offense? He goes, is he one of the great ones? He said, well, you can only count the fourth quarter because this has been his quarter. This is the quarter where he really starts to shine.
He also said, well, let's wait 10 games. Let's see what he's done by a little bit past midseason. On first down, Bono throws to Anders, and Anders gets it out of bounds to stop the clock. There to make the play was Gerald Dixon, number 51 for the Browns.
You're right, you make a good point. Now they're in a situation up 21-3. They're not going to let them score quickly. So they're going to loosen up a little bit. They're going to give them some of the underneath stuff. They're going to rely on the safeties to come up and make plays, and the linebackers to flow and make big hits.
This is when the QB completes 8 straight passes for a fair amount of yardage, and you're thinking, oh, he got hot. When in fact, the coverage changed dramatically. Leroy Thompson with the carry for the Chiefs, and Thompson has a short gain at best. Mike Caldwell and Anthony Pleasant making the stop for the Browns, along with that man, number 73, Tim Gove. Gove replacing Michael Dean Perry. Chiefs with the hurry-up offense. Browns in a blitz. Bono gets it loose. Keep Cash wide open. He'll get to the end zone. Flags are down. Let's see what the call will be.
Well, Keith Cash and Pepper Johnson were kind of tangled up together now.
The flag could go against Cash, or it could go against Johnson.
I don't know who was pushing who was causing pressure. They were tangled.
Illegal contact foul. Number 52, defense, penalties decline, touchdown.
38-yard touchdown pass. Bono to Keith Cash, and what a game Cash is having. That's his 7th catch for 95 yards now. To watch Bono pick up the blitz.
But Cash may not be the speed guy, but when you match him up against a middle linebacker on an up route straight down the field, definite mismatch. Definite mismatch.
So the Chiefs had the numbers that time and made it work. They only wished it had been the first quarter rather than the fourth. Elliott just barely sneaks the PAT inside the left corner of the goalpost. It's 21-10 now, Cleveland. Here in Cleveland's Municipal Stadium, and the Chiefs, by scoring quickly, make it a game again. Coming from down 21-3 to 21-10, you see Bill Belichick, head coach / defensive coordinator, is back to the field working with the defense as the Chiefs kick it off. Michael Bates takes it, cuts across the field, tries to get outside, flying down behind Bates as he gets to the 35-yard line. Greg Manusky with yet another special teams tackle, and as the officials sort that out, let's take a look at the 39-yard TD pass, Bono to Keith Cash.
Well, Bono beat a blitz, safety and the defensive end both coming in right here. We see Keith Cash right here releasing upfield and then going deep with Pepper Johnson coming over to cover him, but just doesn't have the speed to stay with him.
First down.
Straight down, like I said, beat him down the field. That was one of the key matchups with the safeties blitzing. There was no over-the-top support for Pepper Johnson. I mean, do you want to leave a middle linebacker?
Is that why you told me Wednesday that Keith Cash was going to outrun Pepper Johnson for a touchdown pass in this game?
I had a feeling. But the thing is, why do you match him up when you don't have support over the top of the safeties? That bad call defense.
Penalty for a legal block. The Browns have to start from their 18. Penalty was against Mike Caldwell. Biner gets the call on first down. Booker and Salamea get Biner.
Right about now, the Browns are going to try and, they're in that point where they're not sure what they're going to do. They're going to keep it close to the vest.
They're going to let the Chiefs back into the game, right? With a prevent defense and a close to the vest offense.
This is the hard part. You don't want to go crazy and take these big chances, but you don't want to just sit there and just turn the ball back over.
Ball closing the deal, and it's not easy to do in this league. Testaverde tries to throw it to number 66, Tony Jones, and Tony says, hey, I'm not an eligible receiver. I don't know who is.
Well, Derek Thomas was the one that broke that one up. This new defense working as a stack backer, but still in pass situations, they're bringing him outside and putting him as a rusher. You see him beat Tony down underneath and get up into Vinny's face. Vinny's just like, get rid of that ball.
Yeah, no, Vinny's saying, listen, Tony, if you're going to let Derek Thomas come over to me, then you take the football and play quarterback.
The penalty is loss of down only. It's third down.
Ineligible receiver against Tony Jones.
Well,
loss of down.
We're sitting here talking about them playing close to the vest, but then you double it with a loss of down, and it's like we talked about in the one part in the third quarter. If they have to punt it from here, Kansas City's again going to be in good field position. So that KCD is obviously going to try and take themselves up and keep any kind of any run or pass in a short game.
NFL fans familiar with this scenario over the years. 21-3 so often becomes 21-17. Cardinals in motion on third down 11. Testaverde flips it out to Biner. And Biner this time can't get enough to convert it to a first down. They had already been whistled dead long before all of this. Though it is in a sort of intramural way. Fun to watch.
Well, when the ball comes loose, regardless, unless something's really definitive, and then I think some of these guys just didn't hear a whistle, the ball comes loose, and your coach just go after it.
Well, a year ago, November 20 in Arrowhead Stadium, these two teams played a testy, penalty-filled, fight-marred game in which the Browns say they lost their concentration on their way to a 20-13 loss. They don't want it to happen again today.
Well, they're not in a situation where they're losing that concentration yet, but Kansas City's defense is definitely pulling out all the stops. The last couple plays...
Cardinals rolled down by contact. Defensive contact. First down, Jerry.
The last couple plays, Vinny Testaverde has been under incredible pressure from Derek Thomas and from some of the guys on the inside. Dan Salamea was out pretty much covering Ernest Biner on that screen. So they are just very aggressive and playing very aggressive up front.
Meanwhile, there's a discussion on the field about the penalty that Jerry Markwright just referred to, and the question of whether the Browns are going to somehow get a first down out of this.
out to make a play on Ernest Biner. And as he swung on his leg to try and trip him up, Ernest went down and his knee hit the ground, but then he got up and kept running.
Well, let's take a look, Bob Golick.
You're going to see Salamua right there going after him. They're saying that he made contact with Biner's knee and caused him to go down. Now, Biner doesn't, and the rest of the Browns don't believe that that was a contact that should have brought him down, and that any yardage you picked up after his knee went down should have counted.
Replay makes it pretty clear that Salamua made the tackle. Marcus Allen out on the field, participating in every way he can while not able to play because of the badly poked eye. Do you understand that?
Okay, we see Salamua there making contact, tripping up Ernest Biner, knee making contact. Actually looked like before the 30-yard line. And I think that's where they threw the beanbag down and marked it. And it all became a moot point.
And Biner gets credit for having gotten the ball past the first down marker on an 11-yard pass, and the Chiefs can't believe it. So Cleveland gets to retain the football. More critically, a chance to run more clock, even though they've advanced the ball only as far as the 28-yard line.
Well, with just under 7 minutes left, they would have loved to have that stop. They would have had great field position after a punt to bring that ball back down. Now they're getting another 3 downs and it keeps the time on.
Not quite yet. Marty Schottenheimer wants a rundown from Jerry Markwright. And Schottenheimer is as confused as I am, frankly, Bob Golick, as to why Cleveland has a first down here.
Well, it all comes down to where they mark Ernest Biner being now. Now, if they believe that Salamua was the one that made the contact, then it was where Ernest Biner's knee made contact after Salamua swiped at his leg.
Scoreboard is telling us it's 1st and 10 with the football at the 28-yard line. Well, let's take a look at the play as it concludes. This is the 3rd down marker back at the 18-yard line. That's Biner falling across the 20. And now they've given him credit for forward motion as far as the 28. So Markwright and his crew must have ruled that Salamua, as a apparent tackle from our replay, wasn't in fact a defensive touch.
Right, and as he rolled to get more yardage, that's where the first down was picked up.
So call it another huge play for Biner, who never quit on the down. And now Keenan McCardle has even more room for the Browns. And McCardle is in the Kansas City territory at the 44. Brian Washington made the stop, but it's a 28-yard pickup.
It looked like he was up against, let's see who he goes up against. You can see here on the left side of the screen, against Collins, and just after getting the ball, makes that break to the outside. Now, one of the things that Steve Crosby felt was, hey, we're going to usually, McCardle is the guy that gets matched up against the worst defender. Now, you get him matched up against the safety, you're not going to have a guy who's as quick in the corner, but that's why McCardle gets a lot of these passes thrown to him. Great move by McCardle.
Crosby said, I don't think their number 3 coverage guy, whoever he is, can handle Keenan McCardle. On first down, the little toss to Biner, and Biner has a gain of about 3. The pickup on Testaverde to McCardle is now officially 29 yards. Tracy Simeon made the stop there. Pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd down 8. Now Kansas City calls a timeout to stop the clock with 5:51 remaining in the game. And Testaverde, I think, is aware that Cleveland got a big break. So the Browns will hope to run some more 4 o'clock with a 21-10 lead as Testaverde confers during the timeout. We remind you next Sunday, NBC Sports presents another exciting NFL doubleheader starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern with the NFL on NBC. Then father versus son, the Shula household, as Dan Marino and the Dolphins go against Jeff Blake and the Bengals, undefeated Miami against Cincinnati next Sunday. In our late games, most of you will see Natron Means and the San Diego Chargers traveling to Pittsburgh to battle Bam Morris and the Steelers. Natron with 2 more TDs today. Some of you will see Buddy Ryan's Cardinals hosting these Kansas City Chiefs. For regional action, check your local listings for the games in your area. Here at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium, Ernest Biner has been the hero for the Browns with 2 tough touchdown work pieces. And the Browns lead the Chiefs 21-10 with 5 minutes 51 seconds remaining. Biner's touchdowns on a run in the first quarter and a touchdown catch in the fourth. Biner again. It's outside for a gain of about 4. Derek Thomas makes the stop.
Ernest Biner is getting his wish. He told us yesterday, as I said before, he loves going from that tailback position. You're going to see Derek Thomas there flowing to the ball, as he always does, working from that new stack position in this attack defense. But getting over there just a little bit too late. Ernest Biner just doing it all today. You know, slashing it up the middle, cutting back up the middle, perimeter run, short passes. As you said before, Jeff, you're right. He is the hero for today.
There's the smile for Ernest Biner as he looks forward to a possible locker room celebration. Browns trying to get to 3-1 on the season, trying to drop the Cleveland Browns to 3-1. And it's my turn now to play Ralph Edwards as we do Bob Golick. This is your life.
No.
Here you are at 2 months old right here in fabulous Cleveland. And here you are just 2.5 years later when you were 3 years old. Well, let's make it 2 years and almost 10 months later. And here you are in 6th grade, Bob. We're number 56 as you were looking forward to life as a linebacker at that time. And there you are now. There you are today, indeed.
I hate you guys. I hate you guys. I really and truly do.
But you're back home in Cleveland, and we gave you the business, huh? We gave you the full treatment. We're very, very proud.
You know what? My parents had to be involved in that whole thing.
You'll have to talk to our producer, Bill Manell.
And I am going to go talk to him tonight. There will be a professional.
Find out precisely who in your family sabotaged you.
Sold out.
3rd down 4. Football at the KC 38. Testaverde willing to throw. To try to loop the chain and keep the clock running. Almost a sack. Now Testaverde able to get rid of the football. No flag down, so it'll be 4th down now.
Well, he really does have an ability to avoid being knocked down in the pocket.
Yeah, he's strong.
Right. He's a strong guy that is not going to be just pulled down. Every sack this year has been a
Running
sack
out of bounds.
that has been running out of bounds. He's been forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
And his teammate, proud of the low numbers for sacks yielded, keep yelling, throw it! Throw it out of bounds! She did there. Cooper ready to punt away. Trying to pin the Chiefs deep. Mark Vanover standing at his 10-yard line. Bates taking up coverage for the Browns, and Tupa kicks it to the right sideline. Looking for out of bounds or a favorable down, and he gets it. Number 54, Ed Sutter, downfield to stop Tom Tupa's punt inside the 2-yard line. And we remind you, coming up tonight on NBC, it's the premiere of Must See TV Sunday. First, it's Brotherly Love starring Joey Lawrence, followed by Minor Adjustments, then the Sunday premiere of Man About You, and as I mentioned before, big news, it looks as though Jamie might be pregnant. That'll be followed by the premiere of Hope and Gloria. It's a new night of Must See TV comedy coming up next on NBC. Viewers on the West Coast will see these programs at their regularly scheduled times. Brotherly Love, Minor Adjustments, Man About You, Hope, and Gloria, all following the game. Chiefs start from their 2. Bono says, I've got to throw, and fires it out complete to Dana Hughes. Hughes is close to a first down, a little bit short of it, I think, as Eric Turner makes the stop just outside the 10-yard line.
Oh, they had to do it. You don't like to drop back and throw the ball from your own goal line, but you got to do it there. They don't have the time and they don't have the room. They got to take the chances now.
They're still in the game if they can make something happen on this drive. Oh, great pick. Number 51, Gerald Dixon has a touchdown. Wow. 16-yard TD return for Dixon off the unfortunate choice by Bono.
He just did not see it. I mean, he threw that ball right to Gerald Dixon.
Gerald Dixon, 26-year-old fourth-year linebacker out of South Carolina. And he's going to hold on to that football. He's been battling with Mike Caldwell for playing time at the outside linebacker position. That time they were both on the field in the dime defense. And they're going to call it officially an 18-yard interception return for a TD for Dixon.
Did you see that shot of Marty after the play? He just kind of had that little half smile when Bono's coming off. Just kind of like looking at him like, hey, you know what? When it rains, it pours. It's just one of those days.
Timing pattern. Bono was determined to throw it. Just a heck of a play by Dixon. Here's another look, Bobby Golick.
Well, Gerald Dixon, the linebacker position off on the left side of your screen, off to the left side of your screen, just throwing a timing pattern supposed to go in to number 87, Tamara Canover, and Gerald Dixon basically didn't move. He just did not see Gerald Dixon standing there.
And another look at Bono's throw directly into the hands of Gerald Dixon. 18 yards for the touchdown, 74,280 in the stadium. Almost all Cleveland Browns fans celebrating that one. And then many heading for the parking lots. And maybe Marty Schottenheimer would like to head for the parking lot now, but he's going to have to wait through 4 minutes, 45 seconds of football.
And that's one of the good things about Marty. You see how he's treating Steve. He knows Steve's a professional. Steve's going to go out there and he's going to win a lot of games for these guys, for Kansas City this year. And Marty just realizes, hey, sometimes games go like this.
This has been an old story for the Chiefs. You beat the Raiders one week, you have a tough time the following weekend.
What is the record? 6?
Well, they beat the Raiders 11 of the last 12 times.
Right.
But after those 11 wins, they were 5 and 6.
Right.
Going against whichever team follows. So now they're going to make it 5 and 7.
Well, that's a shame. Steve Bono has been the big fourth quarter quarterback, and just this time was just too much of a deficit against the Cleveland Browns defense, which was way too far down.
Stover kicks it away. Hanover lets it go through the end zone. Stover's longest kick of the day. Browns are sailing now with a 28-10 lead. And here's the new Brown speed. Bob Golick, the fabulous Bobby G. Tell us what you think as a former Brown of Doc Severinson's new Doc and the Dogs team for the Browns.
You know what? I watched the Quarterback Club on Wednesday nights when I was a kid, and that was the theme song. It was the Browns highlight show. Doc Severinson remaking it, a little jazzier, a little bit more to it. I think early on, back in the early 70s, it was an accordion and a harmonica. So Doc has spiced it up quite a bit.
Do you know the lyrics? Fight Browns fight?
Yeah, it's pretty much something like that.
They probably say fight Browns fight in there somewhere, huh?
I like it.
First down for the Chiefs. Bono throwing over the middle, trying to get Keith Cash some more numbers. Carl Banks there on the coverage, incomplete. Sitting next to us in his personal booth, Mr. Arthur Modell, owner and president of the Cleveland Browns and one of the great gentlemen of the National Football League. He's been so important to the league, not only as a personal presence, but also for many, many years as the guiding force in television negotiations.
Really has, and and the good thing about it is me and him were the only two guys on the Cleveland Browns that lived on the east side of Cleveland, so we had a special bond before. Except when I held out that time.
Yet again, and this one belongs to Caldwell. So the two outside linebackers fighting each other for playing time. Both have interception returns for TDs. 24.
And mine had more style.
I got you by 6. Stover knocks it through. And the Browns are riding high now with 35 points on the scoreboard.
Well, let's see what Steve Bono didn't see this time, how he fell in. Again, it's going to be another throw to the left. Bono letting go. Mike Caldwell just stepping in front of the receiver. Great awareness. They know that the short pass is still going to be there. They're going to try and get it out. And just very good, very aggressive play by the linebackers.
Yeah, that's just great coverage and a great play by Caldwell.
He just knows that he can take a chance there. He's got deep support behind him. He can take a chance and go for the ball.
Bono tried.
No fouls on the play. No fouls on the play.
And the flags which fell on the extra point play referred to no apparent foul, so stretched the Cleveland lead to 35-10 with 4:26 remaining as Mike Caldwell and Gerald Dixon, a couple of young outside linebackers who've been battling each other for playing time, both have interception touchdown returns in the fourth quarter.
And Jim, isn't it amazing that, I mean, really, truly, 5 minutes ago, we're sitting there saying if Kansas City can force Cleveland to punt, they're going to be in good field position to get back in this game.
Well, nothing turns a game around as rapidly as big plays on defense. And the Browns, over the years, have been noted for big plays on defense.
And we can't forget the mark of the referee. When Ernest Binders carried down at when they were deep in their own territory, which kept that drive alive.
Empty seats elsewhere around the stadium, but not in the dog pounds.
Those people don't leave until midnight.
Executive producer of NBC Sports, Tommy Roy. Coordinating producer of NFL Football, John Carassis. Stover's kickoff in the air. Bernard Vanover. Browns are on another planet right now. Wow. Benny Thompson, special teams maniac, with one of his trademark plays.
Many say is far and away the premier special teams player in the entire NFL. And the difference in special teams isn't so much what you do, the X and O's. You need a guy that is just going to go down there and doesn't care about his body. He's just going to throw his body around and go after people. The team that has those kind of guys, those aggressive players, are the ones that are going to excel in special teams.
And unlike his teammate Curtis Biner, Benny Thompson has no love whatsoever for Marty Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer sent him packing from the Chiefs, and Thompson wants to remind him of it every time he sees him.
Well, you can't make friends with everybody. As good a guy as Marty is, you can't be liked by everyone.
Did I mention the executive producer and the coordinating producer of NFL football? I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
This game produced by Bill Bonnell, directed by Kelly Atkinson.
Wonderful job.
Good look at Ernest Biner along the sidelines.
The pain in the face of the offensive line for Kansas City. What a great story. And, you know, it's amazing with Vinny Testaverde, they really questioned him. They really felt that he was going to be the weak link in his offense. They're talking about all the receivers, all the talent, and the addition of Andre Rison.
Oh, he does have some stitches in that eyelid, yeah. Yep. Testaverde playing precise football so far this year.
Probably the best football that he's played in his career so far. You know, he's got some great people around him.
7 touchdown passes for Testaverde, only 1 interception. Bono came in here with a similarly high quarterback efficiency rating, but his will suffer as a result of these 2 fourth-quarter picks, both taken back for touchdowns by the Browns. Remember when this was a close game, and Tom Tuba to Louis Riddick, the fake punt pass play, kept alive the Browns' touchdown drive that ultimately led to Biner's TD that made it 21-3 at that time. That was huge.
That was huge because one of the differences we've seen during the course, the changes that go on during the course of a game, the Kansas City defense really started to feel a little spunky. They got into the role. They were starting to have some success. And then the fake punt, the ball thrown by Tom Tupa to get them a first down. The Kansas City defense all of a sudden has to come back on the field after they felt they did a good job, that's something that can really throw you for a loop. And it did, and really kind of threw them off for the remainder of that quarter.
There's Riddick, who caught that pass, and Sutter, who also had a big play here in the game. Mark Vanover is still down and being treated by Kansas City Chiefs trainers after the mad headlong rush downfield by Benny Thompson of the Chiefs. Numbers on Testaverde today: 21 of 34, 204 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Testaverde may in fact remain in place as the AFC's leading efficiency passer. And there's a look at Vinny T, and those numbers. He came in as the #1 rated passer in the AFC, and will probably leave still as the #1 rated passer in the AFC, even if only on the basis of the 2 TDs with no interceptions. And there's Neil Smith. Incidentally, highest rated quarterback in the league is Steve Young of the 49ers. Bono, 18 of 35, 195 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. And Testaverde with a smile on the sideline. Still 4:16 to go in the game. Oh, I think we have more Bob Golick pictures. Oh, this is good. Brief delay gives us a chance for the best Bob Golick picture so far. And there you are, fabulous Bobby G.
You guys are
Tough
mean.
night?
You guys are mean.
Really tough night?
You guys are mean.
What's going on here? Animal House?
This is Puccini's Turandot. Was Turandot? Turandot. I don't know what it means.
Nessuna dorma. You didn't know that.
Oh, you know.
It's from Turandot.
I was for one episode, I watched too much TV.
One episode,
For one performance,
Call
I
Puccini and tell him about the episode. What did you do?
I was the head executioner, and I had to go out there and threaten the lead girl with a knife, and then some guy came in, pretty much beat me up and threw me out of there, and it wasn't a good thing.
Casting against type. You're much too nice a guy for that kind of role.
Well, the bad thing is that I figured when I'm a head executioner, I'm going to have this samurai-like outfit with armor and things, and they basically put me in a G-string.
Yep. All right, well.
Walked on my toes for 5 minutes, Jim.
Once in a G-string, always in a G-string, huh?
Well, I think it's the opposite, Jim.
So Mark Vanover being helped off. It's been a rough day for the Kansas City Chiefs, who started a little bit shorthanded today. They lost Marcus Allen on the very first play from scrimmage. They had begun the game short at linebacker after losing George Jamison before the start of play. They had begun the game short at defensive end, losing Darren Mickle and starting Callum McDaniels, who normally plays at defensive tackle. So, all in all, the injury list not very nice to Kansas City in this game. Bono's pass is incomplete, intended for Dawson. It's like Dawson may have nicked himself. Now he's up.
Yeah, he just extended and landed with that arm extended to put a little pressure on the shoulder, especially when they're all strapped up with the shoulder pads.
Browns home against Buffalo a week from tomorrow.
Thomas confused look as to how they could have gotten to this position.
Team in 3-0, trying to go 4-0 for the first time in franchise history, and it wasn't to be. Bono again. Lead to Kim Landers, and number 56, Mike Caldwell, with the play there. Caldwell is going to be cleared outside linebacker. When he arrived here 3 years ago, he weighed less than 220 pounds. He's since beefed up to 235, and they regard him as excellent against the passing game. This is Dawson, and on third down, he's dragged down by Tim Jacobs. Short of the first down, so Bono and company can go for it on fourth if they so choose.
Well, Marty at this point wasn't going to do anything crazy. You know, they had some bad things happen to them. The guys are feeling down about themselves. All he was hoping to do now is just go out there and throw some completions. Let the guys feel like, hey, we can still do this.
And on 4th and 4 at the 25, they elect to punt it away rather than to go for it. So Aguilar takes the snap and kicks Kicks it deep to Derek Alexander on in place of McCardle, and Alexander under tight coverage from number 44, Darren Anderson. Nevertheless, takes the catch and goes forward for a couple. He gets it to about the 37-yard line. Andre Rison broke out today. 4 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown. He also forced a very big interference penalty that moved the ball from out around the 40 down to the 4-yard line and set up the TD pass from Testaverde.
And Belichick told us he was ready. He was going to become more of a factor.
Now, I say broke out. I realize that by his Atlanta standards, 4 catches is not exactly breaking out, right?
I think with the look at his face, he's a little excited, and he's learned to settle for what he can get in this system.
He's still short of 100 yards receiving for the season. Lorenzo White on first down is met by Neil Smith, number 90, and dropped for a gain of a couple. Rison with the 4 catches today gets it to 9 catches for 82 yards on the year. And
that's not even a game.
I know.
In Atlanta.
For what he used to do in Atlanta. Well, it's not even a game compared to it's not even a half compared to what Eric Metcalf is now doing down in Atlanta, playing that slot position.
Eric, I saw at one point, had 11 receptions today for about 200 yards or something.
Anthony Pleasant, there's an unsung player off to a great start this year. Anthony Pleasant in his 6th year in the league out of Tennessee State and already has 4 sacks in 4 games. Upcoming schedule, we mentioned that the Browns are here October 2 on a Monday night against Buffalo. And the following Sunday they go to Detroit, get their bye on the 15th. Jacksonville in here on the 22nd. Good luck, Tom Coughlin. And the 29th at Cincinnati.
Well, Cincinnati being a divisional foe and also having some success this year.
San Diego has beaten Denver today. Natron Means with 2 touchdown runs. Second down, Lorenzo White with the football, and Bella McDaniels makes the stop. And we take a look at what's up next for the Chiefs, who will leave here with the same 3-1 record that the Browns now have. They'll be at Arizona next Sunday. Then a Monday night game against San Diego, New England at Denver at the bye. Now Testaverde comes off the field, Eric Zeier goes on, and Browns fans cheer for Testaverde and cheer for the chance to see Zeier play a little bit.
Zeier had an incredible preseason, and just a major surprise, probably one of the reasons Jim McMahon was let go.
Zeier pitches. This is Ernest Hunter, and the rookie out of Southeast Oklahoma State shows his quickness as he falls forward. Brian Washington makes the stop. 2-minute warning arrives. Cleveland leads 35-10. We'll be back. AT&T. On the shore of Lake Erie, the Cleveland Browns have gotten what they wanted, a 35-10 margin over the Kansas City Chiefs with 2 minutes remaining. A different kind of week for Carl Peterson, president and general manager of the Chiefs, who a week ago celebrated his team's stirring overtime comeback victory over the Raiders. Fashioned on the interception return by the man he stashed in a hotel under an assumed name and then signed as a free agent for his team, James Hasty. Not every week is so rewarding, huh? Danon Hughes, number 83, is deep for Kansas City as the Browns and Tom Tuper prepare to punt the football away. Hughes moves up, catches it, gets across the 25 to about the 29. Johnny Thomas made the stop, and the Chiefs will have one more crack at trying to move the football, trailing 35-10. Coming up next, must-see TV Sunday here on NBC. Brotherly Love, Minor Adjustments, Mad About You, Somebody Might Be Pregnant, Hope, and Gloria. I want to thank my statistician, Marty Shingler, and 2 spotters, Jeff Finner and John Bexel. They did a good job for me today. Yes, Bob?
I'm jazzed. I'm jazzed and it's mad about you. I'm just hoping I can get over my parents' house quick enough.
I'll be on a plane. I'll get home at about 3 a.m. your time, and I'll call you to find out what.
I will tell you about the baby or not the baby.
Or no baby. Oh no, complete on first down to Willie Davis. Davis with a lot of room underneath the deep, loose prevent coverage. Gets a gain of about 8. It'll be second down 2. Langham ran him out of bounds. Belichick's got the headset off. Now, is he going to put it back on?
Still intense, even at this point.
Yeah, he's going to put the headset back on. And Marty plays football from gun to gun.
Well, Bill Belichick just loves working defense, doesn't he? He's having a great time fashioning this Clifton Brown defense.
Second down, 2. Bono throws into the middle of a gang of Browns and finds Keith Cash, who goes well over 100 yards receiving with that catch. Lewis Riddick and Gerald Dixon made the stop. Cash's 8 catch, and then I think it'll be for 105.
Oh, yeah, that big touchdown play right up the middle.
I'll make it for 121. 8 catches, 121. Keith Cash. And there's the completion of number 85, Webster Slaughter.
Well, as I said before, right now, and I know that you're working against a defense which isn't at its best. They're sitting back a little bit. But, you know, when you come out of a game with this score, you lose, you've got to find something good with it. You've got to kind of keep working. You're going to see the end of the play here.
Steve Slaughter was inbounds. 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's been around. He knows.
Did you see the shot of Pepper Johnson on the sideline, Bob? He missed it there. He was standing there, but I want you to tell me about his TV show. Bono, safe from the rush and throws it to Willie Davis, who gets out of bounds. It'll be a first down for the Chiefs, and there's Pepper. You tell me, watch the show last night.
I woke up about 2 in the morning, got up to get some water, turned the show on, Pepper's Place.
Pepper's Place.
And it's done in some nightclub down in the flats over here, and it is an amazing local production.
Every
That's all
meal
I can say.
Every meal a banquet, every guest a star,
There
right?
you go. He had half the defense there and some of the offensive guys, and they were having fun, that's for sure.
Bono, complete to Davis. And Davis again races to the sideline, stops the clock by getting out of bounds.
As I said, they've got to leave this game with some successes. And if they can go up there against this defense, whether they're playing soft or not, that they can know that they can still line up and they can throw completions and they can move the ball down the field. And at least it's something that they can come out of this game with.
You saw Neil Smith on the sideline, part-time golfer, terribly upset with the news that the United States lost the Ryder Cup to Europe. Marcus Allen is going to have that eye in better shape by next week. Second and short after Bono to Davis, and here's Bono to Webster Slaughter, overthrown.
Derek Thomas, well, I asked Neil Smith, remember, we're asking him about that tape on his nose, because so many of the players now are wearing that
Breathe right.
That breathe right to improve the opening of the nasal passage. He said, no, mine's just that tape. I broke it down one time. I started wearing it, and I had success. I said, oh, so you're superstitious about it? He goes, well, you know, not too much. I said, could you play without it? He goes, I could play without it, yes. Then he
Could you play without it?
Then he said,
Hey, took it off.
well, I'm not playing anymore. He goes, I said, would I play without it?
No, it's a trademark. Bono over the middle. Drop over. Webster Slaughter. Quick slant. Crowd here loves it that Slaughter dropped the football.
It was bigger, though. I don't understand why they're acting this way. I guess because he's a bad guy now, but...
Now here it comes. This is the official end of the Chiefs game, I guess, huh?
Well, he'd taken off his tape, then he took off his breathe right. You know, he's got layers of tape on his nose.
Fourth down. Uno.
So that's what he is.
Following first down, and here's the timeout. Charge timeout, Cleveland. 51 seconds remaining. Browns, no doubt, wanting to bask in the glow of this success.
Well, as I said, KC is going to try and leave with a good taste in their mouth. You see Steve Everett, the center for the Cleveland Browns, who's worked against this man, Dan Salamua, all day.
And Marcus Allen didn't get a chance to try for his 100th rushing touchdown. He came into the game with a chance to become only the 4th player ever to rush for 100 TDs in the league, and left after the first play from scrimmage. And Vinny Testaverde, as I mentioned, will in all likelihood continue as the #1 rated passer in the AFC. And Ernest Biner, well, what can you say except that he's your pal, and I'm sure you're happy for him.
I'm very happy for him. A lot of people really, we showed the flashback, we showed the fumble in Denver, and a lot of people came up and they were saying, well, you know, don't get down on him. I said, how can you get down on a guy who works as hard as he does? And that game, as we stated before, the only reason we were in a position to win was because of him. And I'm just glad to see him working and playing so well.
2 touchdowns today. Flag down as Bono completes over the middle of Willie Davis. And Davis is inside the 10 down near the 5. Could be offside against the Browns, in which case I'm sure the Chiefs will decline. And Ernest Biner's numbers for the day. Numbers don't often tell the story of his value.
Penalties decline.
Yeah, they're going to decline the penalty, as I said. But that's not bad. He, I believe he had 97 total yards. Is that right? 59 catching and 38 rushing?
Those are big plays. You play in the sidelines, coming out of the, when they're backed up over in their own territory. And that nice spin move on the goal line for the touchdown.
He can block, he can catch, he can run, he thinks well, he's a great team player, he's a wonderful model for the others in the weight room and around the locker room. What else is there?
He's my friend.
First down and goal for the Chiefs. Bono down the middle. Mike Caldwell stopping Kimball Anders. Chiefs may be held out of the end zone on this drive. Or they may get in there, depending on how rapidly they can get off about 2 more plays. Second down goal football at the 2. Bono, touchdown to Webster Slaughter.
A little anticlimactic, but the fans booing. The Browns had put in their second D line, a lot of their backup players. You're just going to see him looking to the outside with that little dump pass, but then seeing Webster across the middle. I think the fans are just a little disappointed that they let him score. But hey, you know, like I said, they want to leave this game with a good taste in their mouth so they can move on to next week.
You think there was a plan to try to get it to Slaughter for a sort of homecoming TD?
I've got a feeling as if there was a plan just to get it to anybody for a TD at that point.
Didn't much matter whether he was a former Brown or not.
Don't think it mattered at this point.
14 seconds left in the game. Chiefs narrow it to 35-17. But this is all formality at this point.
Well, the Kansas City Chiefs questioned by a lot early on in the season because Joe Montana retiring, wondering if Steve's the guy that can step up. He's proven that he's a good quarterback. He's put his signature on this team as we look at his stats here. You know, he's calm. He doesn't get rattled. You know, he likes the long bomb to throw, to Willie Davis. So there are things that he's making his own about this team.
They like him.
He's a great fourth quarter comeback type of guy, and the team likes him. Well, it was interesting being close friends with Joe Montana, getting kind of the inside information from Joe that he was going to be retiring. He saw the opportunity to, through free agency, step in there. Kansas City going with the West Coast offense. So here's a guy in Kansas City has the background to run that West Coast offense.
And there's that Bono background. You see him there framed neatly by the 2 future Hall of Fame quarterbacks for the 49ers. He said he was always comfortable working with Montana, looked forward to coming to Kansas City for that reason, and though he won't say it, clearly he knew that Joe wasn't going to last forever in a Chiefs uniform.
Right, and with them utilizing the West Coast offense, it was a natural for him to step in.
Onside kick, Bob. Onside kick with the score 35-17 and 14 seconds to go. Well, track meet for the Chiefs as they take off down the left side. Ball bouncing in the air.
Let's practice everything.
You can tell I love those plays regardless of where they take place. Keenan McCardle makes the recovery for the Browns, and with 11 seconds left, Cleveland must run a play. All start the clock.
Never has Marty been one to lay. He may sit there and pull Bono off the field and have a little smile on his face, but never has he been one to quit.
Rob gets the word that the Chargers have beaten the Broncos. We look around the AFC. Certainly the Dolphins loom as a strong playoff contender. You wonder about Pittsburgh as they battle with injury and difficult play right now, but Cleveland in this division is going to present itself as a strong entry. Sire in the game at quarterback, gives to number 23, Ernest Hunter. Hunter breaks away. Hunter's eagerness may infuriate some of the Kansas City defenders, but this is football. You play every down, and he got it past the 30, and that'll do. Clock runs out on a 35-17. Cleveland win